psygib turns up and plays the way he can do, he used to be in a top 3, top 4 NA and pushing people like DaHanG to the wire. Kind of dropped off since back those days. Let's see if he can crawl his way back. No aviators, but gum. 50% of the way.
Not
to
yet. Not
full
yet. He has to transform into the psygib here as the peeker comes out early.
It's also changed route. There's no waterbed in the background.
Could that be the sign? Is that optimal performance? Sleep on water. You need to be water, Dan. As the rocket's flying out, almost connecting through the telly. DaHanG taking so much damage. Stacks about even. He's quicker on the trigger with the machine gun, it looks like. Neither player, as psygib trying to find some extra damage. DaHanG with a jump over. No armor, but a great stack of health as he finally grabs the light.
Yeah, Jewel comes out just as preventative measure. No damage coming out from it. psygib, maybe not a saw that. Not too sure from his POV. But he's got the peeker up, he's got position, just trying to work his way around. Items are pretty much at the same time. He's the one with the heavy. Got down super early though, and now he's going to rain down pain. psygib takes that psygib, -1 on the board, but he picks up the mega rim, responds heavy machine gun. Not enough though.
Oh. Wow, and you know, I praised psygib before for the mechanics, but DaHanG has him as well. And he is on point right now as I curse him with that rocket in the ledge. Now he has to fight off the peeker, 55 HP. Nice moves.
Nice moves, lots of damage, and already got that 3 frag lead after more cagey start. Great use of the dual wield for the conversions as well. psygib picks up Mega, but he's getting so beaten and bruised by this heavy machine gun. He needs to be way more careful. Really obvious positioning from DaHanG there, and psygib just falling into the trap.
Wow, DaHanG almost thought that he was just going to leave him there, and psygib comes up the jump pad, and DaHanG's like, really? Free? I'll take it. Preemptive from DaHanG trying to make the read here. psygib where to be found for now. Next item is going to be heavy as psygib gets caught up and no machine gun damage. The rocket's flying by him. The second one, huge rocket, pushes him into the corner with the LG as well. DaHanG just hitting everything, catches him off the spawn. psygib has to be careful fighting out of the corner right now, but DaHanG actually makes a bit of a misplay there and gives up the heavy.
He didn't really have the stack to push in for it, so decides just to take position, pick up a free mega, take the rest of the resources and defend the LG. So I quite like the decision from DaHanG, and once again, it's just so calculated. And this is the problem psygib has to come up with, is that someone like DaHanG will just be playing pretty much perfectly around the map. And at the moment, psygib's falling into these traps and just taking buckets of damage.
Dual wield, rocket. Pretty decent here. Can't get one through the grate, but importantly doesn't take damage. Backs up onto the mega. psygib trying to get back to 0. Out comes the peeker. DaHanG just has bad weapon choice, and he's got to deal with it. He does. psygib being a pest, but stacks about even. psygib has a little bit more armor. DaHanG using that passive, but he gets taken down. psygib finally pushes through the telly, puts him back on 0.
He took so much damage as well that DaHanG will go and cut the lid for a free heavy pickup. Won't be able to get the mega, as that is now psygib's territory. But he also has to try and protect the weapons to get back into this game. Relentless spam from DaHanG. That nail gun. Lovely switch to the heavy machine gun, and the peeker from psygib is just enough, but once again he's taken a lot of damage.
So much damage with the nail, and psygib just gets bolted down. Insane. The heavy goes to DaHanG. Won't be able to make it back to the mega. Cautiously waiting to make those rockets as safe as possible. And psygib just sliding on into so much damage, but the conversion goes psygib's way. Big rockets from both players now. Dual wield, the psygib wants to push the advantage, but he's going to take so many bullets to the face. The dual wield comes out on top, and that's why DJ is so dangerous, especially with the heavy machine gun.
And with this frag padding as well, DaHanG can afford to take these slightly riskier, high risk, high reward plays that can extend his lead. So psygib's in for a lot of trouble now and has to get himself onto the items and slow the pace a little bit.
Halfway through DaHanG up by 4. Item control pretty much split, although DaHanG doing a much better job of controlling the lights. Good damage there. psygib now stuck, trying to make his way through banana, even taking additional damage on the way out. DaHanG with the rocket read there and the tickle around the corner. Pressure non-stop from DaHanG onto psygib, and again taking away the lights.
Yeah, and it's been his damage around the map, the efficiency, and that output that's been the decider so far, with DaHanG doing nearly 50% more damage than psygib. 2k for psygib, 3k for DaHanG.
Oh my god. That rocket.
Oh my
god!
That would have been so nice.
DaHanG is working on a frag movie right now. There's the mega steal from psygib, but at what cost? So much damage. Surely he doesn't get away with it, and he doesn't. DaHanG hunts him down. 9-2 now off the spawn. psygib has to make a break for it. Using that Strog movement, and it looks like he might get away safe if maybe he could double back. DaHanG gonna focus back up on these items here. Because again, he's just out stacking lights. 16-6.
He's able to take these slightly aggressive postures now because he's the one with the stack, and as soon as he's the one with control, the pushes and the traps are much more effective. We saw that when psygib was in control, you found it very difficult to break the defense into DaHanG, but it's all a little bit too easy now when DaHanG's got control to make these conversions count.
8 frags in about 3:15, you think so? Dan, do you believe in a thing called love?
No, sir.
No, shut it down. And DaHanG might with rockets like that. Again, so much damage. There's the mega pickup for psygib. Looking a little bit better now. Rockets around every corner just waiting for him. Oh, DaHanG staying alive. Barely. And no, what?
Did it?
Why?
Fall out the window.
He did. Fell out the window.
Gosh.
psygib, no.
How is that even a thing?
DaHanG almost turns that around. psygib doing a good job of capitalizing. DaHanG being stuck in the corner, but he's still got so much work to do. There's the jumping LG from behind the statue. DaHanG knows that he's weak. Trying to do some housework with that nail gun here as the peeker comes out. Gonna chase DaHanG. There's the cutoff. Shotgun deals with it nicely.
And he's right in time with his mega. psygib has to respect his authority and get out of town. He's done virtually nothing as DaHanG's just going to roll on through, and he also has now Jewel emerging for the next fight if he needs it. psygib's going to fly on in, but at this point he just has to rush. And wow! Okay. Good night, Mr. psygib.
That's it. That's it. Just cut it now. That was beautiful air rocket from DaHanG in the red room into the double super shotgun. 13-2. And there's no coming back from this, Dan.
No, there is not. psygib has been ruined in this game, unfortunately. Items pretty much even, but as you said, the lights,
just
the damage,
a little rocket jump.
The efficiency, the calculation has been sweet.
Wheeled rocket. The trade comes out, and DaHanG will take that all day. It's a big 11 frag lead for DaHanG on map number 1 here. Rough road, psygib.
Yeah, rough indeed. This is slightly reminiscent of what we saw last stage from psygib, but at the same time, it is a DaHanG who is in full flow, and he was very good last stage. He was decent in the finals, lost to someone who got to the final, and he's just continuing what we saw.
Big rockets went out from DaHanG. Looking very comfortable, confident, just so on point with his mechanics and damage. That is one scary DaHanG. Again, traditionally not maybe known for how much he can hit, but when he does, in combination with his calculations and positioning, it is just ridiculous to deal with, and that's why he's so strong and coming out blasting on this first map.
Yeah, and as you said, he's not known for it, but he's definitely incredibly solid all round with every weapon. But again, this is the level of mechanical skill we haven't seen from DaHanG for quite a while. Throughout the map, LG and Rockets, and then combine that with his big brain and efficiency, timing, everything came together, and that's why it was, well, that's a close up and a half. That's why it was pretty brutal for poor psygib.
Yeah, a rough map for psygib, absolutely, as we see him there without aviators. He has not evolved into psygod yet. You feel like when he starts heating up, that's when he's going to pop them on. But with that map start, it's going to be a rough one. Already down one in the series.
How?
Pop back. I don't even know. I don't even know. Look at that air rocket, though. A little flick of the wrist to hang there. Going into Deep Embrace, Ranger versus a DK. Take a look at the stats from CK. Yeah, just a beatdown. Beatdown by all accounts.
Yeah. I mean, the damage is the most worrying thing. I think even if you lose, even if a big scoreline, you kind of want to aim to keep the damage close because that shows you are going toe-to-toe, but that just shows, again, the control, the damage output, mid-range, long-range, just shows that DaHanG was reading him like a book throughout.
So then going into Deep Embrace, Dan, what do you think? I mean, different map, different champs, but in terms of overall strategy, what do you think that psygib needs to do to try and pull this one back and send us to a third as the decider for the series?
Slow it down and play around rail. I think if he can do that, then you'll make DaHanG second guess himself. If you could nullify his stack before he advances on you, that's even better, because DaHanG was controlling the tempo. He was pushing in on psygib. psygib couldn't control and couldn't manage that, and then he was being beaten up in the mid-range because DaHanG had, you know, the read on where he was going. There was a rocket greeting him around the corner, then switching to the heavy machine gun, and before psygib knew it, he had no stack to work with. So if you slow it down and you play more methodical and play around the rail, hopefully you can get the one-up on the mechanical side of the game and start to grind your way back in. I think that's probably what I would suggest, and see how it goes.
See if he takes your advice, as I took a look at the predictions real quick. 94% in favor of DaHanG on Deep Embrace. I feel like these
Brutal
blowouts
today,
haven't...
yeah,
it hasn't always been this much of a blowout, right? Like, what is up with today? People are just out for blood, I guess.
I mean, they're smelling 3 points, 3 predictions, and they're just saying, I'm going to take them. It's ruthless in stage 3.
Yeah, I guess stage 3 is everyone is out for blood and money. And what's better than that, as we're getting ready to load up these players into map number 2. And yeah, going back to the stage finals, reminiscing a little bit, again, psygib didn't have the best run, but traditionally I feel like maybe that's been the case for his stage finals performances. We haven't really seen him break out like we have like a Maxter or a Nosfa or anything like that. So I don't know exactly what he needs to do to kind of have that performance, but I know that right now, right here, he's got to pull something out of his hat to send it to a decider. So every week matters, as you said before. Position matters, seeding matters. He was in relegation this time around, so don't want to be in the hot seat. It's a never good feeling.
No, and you wouldn't go into this series expecting psygib to pull out a victory. You might say he can edge a map, and if he does, that'll be a big victory for him, given how the stage has gone on DaHanG's form. But at the very least, if you're going to lose, you need to kind of make it close to fill yourself with confidence. Otherwise, it's pretty demoralizing.
Yeah, again, as you mentioned, the 2K damage discrepancy on map number 1, a little rough, especially for psygib, who has been known to be very mechanical and hit really hard. But you know, if DaHanG's putting up 2K damage on you, you're getting posterized. But map number 2, we're loading in right now. Deep Embrace, psygib versus DaHanG. Will DaHanG put the 2-0 on it? Find out right now. We're starting off on psygib, who's got that Ranger handy.
See how he plays this one. Obviously, got to be very wary of the flame strike. It can just absolutely turn the fight on its head. And DaHanG creeping around corners, wanting this rail early on, gets it for free as well.
Oof.
Lovely return.
Rail. Yeah. psygib pops him around the corner. DaHanG, cat-like reflexes, fights back. Trying to tri-bolt the tri-bolt, make sure that psygib doesn't get it for free, but timing's a little bit off. But the dire orb there will actually cost him 1 rail as DaHanG casually falls back onto the Mega, now knows that psygib does not have a dire orb.
No, delaying their heavy as well, trying to keep the items on the same time. Also throw off the timing. DaHanG once again with position on the mid ground, getting the upper hand on these rail encounters early doors as well. Not what we want to see if you're a psygib fan. Also a little bit trapped. Big defensive rocket though. That will force DaHanG to retreat back onto this mid ground where he wants to open up a rail angle. Great flick rail, and he's going to push it now. He knows psygib's really weak. Switch to the shotgun. Flame strike comes out. Not a lot of damage, all things considered, and good retaliation from psygib. But now the map is firmly in DaHanG's corner.
No! It's all gone horribly wrong as psygib takes that frag. DaHanG with the self-damage just enough to put psygib's splash damage over the top and take the frag, but right off the bat, DaHanG furious. It's a rail looking for another one. Just missing out, and psygib will live. Dan, this is incredible.
Swinkletoes psygib showing us agility as he's getting around the map and connecting with the rails as well. Goodbye, heavy armor. And hello, frag!
Woo!
Glasses on.
What a start. 2-0, 2 minutes in. psygib just stringing together beautiful rails, ending it with the orb, and DaHanG on the back foot now as he takes another rail.
This is it, you know, you have the rail, and then you follow up with the orb. It's a pretty easy strategy.
Just hit all your shots and win the game here, as now psygib struggling a little bit, but he does have an immense stack advantage. And again, another heavy in his pocket. So DaHanG on the back foot right now, playing measured as he usually does, trying to find his way back in. These defensive rockets are going to give him that, but the rail, again, he has to rocket jump, making him even weaker just to get out of there. psygib, make sure there's no exit. Sorry about that one, DaHanG. Cannot lead.
And this is what we said, get the upper hand on the mechanical side of the gameplay, the rail game. DaHanG sitting on a measly 27% rail. psygib up on the 53 mark. DaHanG desperately trying to get onto this heavy, but he's taking so much damage. psygib misses the rail, but that's the opportunity to get in. Switching to the more persistent damage. Nope, stick to the rail. This though, DaHanG has stolen it away, and he's just trying to do enough damage to push it off the spawn. But psygib wisely repositions over to the heavy early on. It's a beautiful defensive rail.
56 rail, as you said, psygib relying on it heavily, and it's working as he's just hitting everything he needs to. Buries DaHanG yet again, 4-0. And DaHanG takes out DaHanG with the flame strike. It's too spicy, Dan.
Oh, extra hot warning. DaHanG didn't heed it. Instead, he eats a rail and a rocket. Boss is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Is he going to take his hands off the keyboard and mouse to put the glasses on? That's the question. But the LG is just absolutely annihilating from DaHanG. Puts a stop to this madness immediately. Good rail off the spawn, as well as psygib trying to grab that light. But the LG from psygib, not too bad either. Now DaHanG has to think twice before trying to play this Mega, making sure it's safe, but there's the dire orb! What a play.
DaHanG is desperately trying to push and push and push to get back into this game and just get a frag, and finally he's done that. He also realizes he's just not hitting any rails, which is why he's so desperately trying to take these mid-range, close-range engagements. psygib knows the stack is there. This time he's going to burn himself up and has to retreat, but he's done also a lot of damage himself to DaHanG, so DaHanG won't be able to contest this Mega. He needs to do something. Nice flick rail, but lost his life for it. psygib missed times and actually forces the spawn Mega, so that's actually a big mistake from psygib. He should have forced the spawn on the other side of the map.
Yeah, unfortunate play there from psygib, but wow. Wow. Still gets it.
Going on, this is now TDM.
Yeah, this is a bloodbath now. It's the shotgun in the chest. The buckshot will take him down. DaHanG puts himself on the board again. 3-8. 5 frag deficit, make it 4. We're picking up the pace, Dan.
psygib's had his spinach, he's come out swinging. DaHanG is clawing his way back into it. We know how fast this map can spiral, so 4 frags is not a lot on Deep Embrace. DaHanG just trying to run in. He's actually... You madman! I know you're undead, but come on, you can still die.
Yeah, a bit of a death wish there from DaHanG as he just wanted to get around the corner and seal away that heavy, trying to make the play on it. Make sure that the momentum is not in psygib's favor anymore. Both players weak. The machine gun will reign supreme 4-frag deficit now for DaHanG. He has timing on the Mega. And I like the switch from DaHanG, as you mentioned. Mid-range fights now. LG, Tribal, Rocket staying away from rail engagements because they were not going well for him.
Yeah, but the balance here is merging on Reckless a little bit. Luckily, so far, he is doing enough damage. If one of these pushes goes wrong and psygib gets a clean frag and a couple of items, suddenly the map can spiral away. Until then, it is the right choice from DaHanG, but psygib's doing the right thing. He's playing the plus-back game. He's playing more strategical, but now DaHanG finally gets a clean frag and can get a heavy. So this is where the strategy can begin to pay dividends.
And no Dire Orb for psygib, but the LG is just so strong. Can he actually melt DaHanG? DaHanG trying to hit anything, and he can't do it, and that's got to be so frustrating.
Oh, man, the chewing intensifies from psygib as he's now reclaimed a huge frag and a turning point in the game.
Absolutely, as he was chewing through DaHanG's stack there. DaHanG again trying to hit some rails, not quite abandoning all hope. But the Dire Orb closes the gap into the rocket. psygib, I am in your face. What's up now?
Loving the start from psygib. He's meeting fire with fire. He's now actually turned away from his rail game. He's enjoying the close combat that DaHanG's bringing at him. This is where he thrives. And he's got himself a decent lead. That's some nice damage from DaHanG. So psygib was supposed to do some damage before he dies. He does quite a lot, in fact, nearly 100.
Big rocket though. Trying to land another one, and he does! What a long-range rocket there from DaHanG. Pixel perfect right at the feet, and he's going to be able to grab the heavy. Maybe even a little more health, so he's looking good. He has the flame strike as well, and there's plenty of time here. 3 frags. psygib has to be careful. Oh no, that's big damage there. He has to go for this health bubble, but DaHanG reads it perfectly, knowing that he had no choice and takes him down. Now it's a 2-frag deficit.
psygib definitely needs to go back to his rail game. What are you doing?
Oh no, and he gets denied on the jump. DaHanG rejects the slam dunk. Puts him down.
Full public mode.
Let's see. He can put an end to this. DaHanG trying to pull into the lead here, doing so much damage. Oh, and he takes it with the rail of all weapons. DaHanG, again, not abandoning the rail. There's the LG on LG. psygib trying to make it happen. That flame strike pushes him away for the time being, but psygib has worked so hard. He had such a big lead. Now it's all gone. Up the jump pad, and that's a nightmare disaster for DaHanG.
Yeah, DaHanG not knowing where he was, needs to get onto an item, but we saw how the strategy paid dividends. As soon as DaHanG finally got a clean enough frag, it began to snowball, but psygib didn't do enough to stabilize, didn't play around the rail, didn't do enough chip damage. He got drawn into the chaos of what DaHanG wanted to do. But this is a great chase, big damage coming out. He's going through a choke point with rockets though, a bit dangerous. He does decide to double back. He's got an orb if he needs to finish him off, but he's done a lot of damage so far.
Tied at 12, less than a minute. Wouldn't have it any other way here on Deep Embrace map number 2 between DaHanG and psygib. psygib already trailing by 1 map. DaHanG looking to put the series away. Looking to put the Mega in his pocket. Almost gets pushed off the map. 2 big rockets here from DaHanG as he slows things down. He knows the split between the items is big. psygib has to play this perfectly. He's taking a lot of damage though. Good rail. Another good rail into the Dire Orb. He did it again!
Oh my god. Big rails coming out from psygib. The big man does it. Gets a 2-frag bump. Which one is it going to go? I think you're going to pull this one out, 40.
He's got to hide. He's got to get away. This is it. He's going to make it. The rail won't land, and I think this is it. With that seal, with that dodge he did it. psygib, what are you doing, you madman?
Bro, I have no idea what the fudge that game was.
It was delicious. It was sweet, if you're a psygib fan, is what it was, Dan. As we're going into a 3rd map as the decider in psygib, you just, please, throw on the shades for map number 3. Please.
Everything's bigger in Texas. That's all I can say. That was a fucking cluster. Oh, man.
That was amazing, though. That was amazing. It went from very measured, very ABC, to just an all-out brawl, as you said, a public TDM. We got it all with that one.
God damn, that was fun to watch, but that was stressful, I'm sure, if you were in DaHanG's shoes. It looks so good for psygib for so long. DaHanG switched up the tempo, he switched up the game plan, he just wanted to rush and trying to stabilize. psygib was responding in kind, but got drawn into the chaos instead of playing his methodical rail game. And stuff like that is like, why? But then stuff like this is like, yes! So I don't really know what happened.
Just so much mileage out of the Direwolf as we take a look at the summary for that map. And psygib, it's very risky to use the Direwolf that way, but in this instance it paid off immensely as he got 3 or 4 frags from it in very, very stylish fashion. And the predictions on map number 2, somebody won big. I don't know who it is out there, but somebody...
points being paid out, you know?
They can retire. They will highlight the rest of their messages on Twitch for the rest of their lives. And
now DaHanG has lost more maps to anyone outside Rafa than he lost in the last, 3 or 4 months, so...
Absolutely absurd. And you got to love it. This is why I love Sundays, because Sundays are for Quake and anything can happen on the Sundays. As we're going to go to map number 3 as the decider, and it's going to be Exile, Keel for psygib, and Sorlag for DaHanG.
Going to be fun.
Yes. Yes, it is.
If he can bring that level of chaos back in, DaHanG this time on the counter was struggling to keep up the mechanical skill of psygib. Every time he was taking these fights, he was getting blitzed. So he's the one that now needs to return to basics and play the items a bit more. And let's see what psygib can do. I still think the rail could be pretty pivotal here, but heavy versus heavy, we're in for another bloodbath.
I'd hope so. I'd hope so. And we're living in a timeline where psygib can start off the stage 3 with a victory over DaHanG, which would be a huge confidence boost. I mean, he's beaten DaHanG before. Maybe not officially in the Quake Pro League, but I've seen him do it before. If he could do it now, put it in the books, get the ball rolling on stage 3 like that, that would be immense for psygib.
Oh, 100%. It would be a timeline no one would have predicted, particularly not the points. I'm interested to see what the points are saying right now, as I would be interested if they were above 90 once again.
83.
There you go, dropping 83. And dropping.
Yep, the stock is falling for DaHanG, but we'll see if he can account for that and try and turn this back around. psygib, we're going to start off on him again, has that keel. And again, something to look out for is the frag count for Singer. Let's see if that comes into play. Here's the rail. Machine gun do battle now. Just clipping some toenails.
Ultimate meme lord. DaHanG down below, desperate to hit a rail on this pickup. psygib knowing that, just dancing around, playing casual. DaHanG connecting with nothing so far and getting whittled down by the heavy machine gun. He's going for the heavy. Oh, that's pretty frustrating.
Yeah, psygib going full Turok, just hunting that dinosaur relentlessly. DaHanG just begging, please leave me alone, but now he's on the offensive, has the nail gun, needs to be careful around the corner. psygib a little bit weak and a little bit early on this Mega, needs to be careful, could cost him his life, and the Tri-Bolt takes him down.
Okay.
DaHanG ties it at 1.
2 very unusual frags off the bat, but psygib gets across to that Mega nonetheless, and Sorlag is very early. psygib's just going to drop on it like a bomb, but no, doesn't come in like a wrecking ball this time. Instead, to play a bit more calculated, raining down the pain from above, and he will be getting a frag. Yes, he will. He takes a lot of damage himself, so needs to be a little bit careful now off of the spawn, but job done.
One has big damage, and just enough. I thought it was going to knock him off his trajectory there, but DaHanG still maintaining position. Good spit as well, and psygib gets punished for coming through the telly, but he does get a great rail on the pickup.
DaHanG comes whirlwinding in. Bit late on the item, and actually gets a frag. psygib sticks around for the brawl, although he's caught here.
Which door? Door number 1, 2, or 3? DaHanG trying
2.
to peek it through 2. Oh!
Awkward.
Pineapple!
Right.
3-2.
3-2.
2 minutes in, this is about the pace that we wanted, whether it's good for the players or not, as wow. DaHanG.
Okay.
Turns that around.
That's a big frag, how clean that was. Both items in hand. No real weapons to work with. Favoring the nail gun over the rocket. Finally gets a lightning gun. He's going up the pad. He gets pinned back, but psygib's just trying to whittle him down. Knows how dangerous it is. Pineapple comes in, connects. DaHanG, he's... How do I get out of here, he says. 1 health.
Wow. Wow, just so much buckshot. Just like a drum beat. Can't do it. 5 HP, can't get around the corner. psygib with a shoddy of his own again.
Oh no, he's coming in!
Wow.
He's lucky he actually floated back up because that was certain death.
Oh, what a
pineapples.
shot. Oh, Dan. Oh, it's so much damage as he gets pushed back on the rocket. Almost hits another one. There it is.
What?
But why, psygib? Why?
What are you doing? Oh, that's
He
what
still
you're
gets
doing.
the frag, Dan.
Oh, that was the biggest battle for light armor I've ever seen.
Never forget. The biggest battle for light armor. The battle in light armor here on Exile as the rockets rain down and he gets caught out. The pineapple into the shotgun. And psygib comes out on top again to hang down by 2.
And DaHanG is just running at his opponent. psygib is responding though, and that's the good thing. He's very weak here. The question is how much damage. He's just isolated now. Drops down below. DaHanG drops with him. Light once again is taken as we're back. Reminiscent of the previous fight. This time psygib gets out.
Clean pickup with a heavy by DaHanG, which will aid in the potential comeback here as we're rounding the 4-minute mark. No spit available. He's going to want to deal with that and grab those shards as quick as he can. Ooh, big rocket through the telly there as psygib was just waiting, trying to get some easy exit damage.
psygib said, I've had enough of this chaos. I'm going to play slow, strategical here. If you want to run around, fine, but you're going to eat pineapples on the way through. He eats 2 through the telly somehow. psygib gets away, having done a lot of damage. Free pickup, but gets the timing.
Oh, right in his
damage!
Wow! Hits him with the rail on the knockback.
Like
How many
300
times?
Damage.
How many times have we seen DaHanG just lose out on a fight like that? Well, psygib is falling backwards, doing a cartwheel, has got 1 HP, like trying to fight from down below, and again, psygib just puts the hurt on him.
And DaHanG is really struggling with the way psygib is playing. And I've enjoyed now that psygib has managed the aggression of DaHanG, and you can see he's playing positional. He's keeping his distance, he's using things like heavy machine gun, which DaHanG is not. He's just trying to run at poor psygib. But psygib isn't a punching bag, he's fighting back.
DaHanG missing with a rail. That would have been a big rail to stop momentum, but instead, psygib can bully his way onto the heavy and steal that away again. All things considered, items about even across the board. Even lights, and psygib melts him before he can fall into the void. psygib wants all the frags to himself.
psygib is incredibly comfortable. He's the one getting clean pickups. Every time DaHanG's going for a major item, he's eating a lot of damage in return.
Again, DaHanG trying to fight from this lower position on the heavy, and this time a little bit cleaner as the rail exit will miss from psygib. Oh, thought he was gonna fall into the void. DaHanG's so weak now, 31 HP. The pineapple's closing off his exit. There's the spit.
Oh, you're dead now, psygib. But look how much damage he's done. If he can get over to the Mega, which he can do, but psygib's already there with the rockets. Big rockets coming out, blocking the entrance to DaHanG, and a full rocket to nullify it.
Wow.
Yes, he gets the frag, but he's still very weak, and psygib spawns right by the heavy. He needs to be careful down here. DaHanG's patrolling, misses the rail though. Story of his life in this series.
Frag lead, and things finally slowing down now. Everyone can just take a breather here. psygib working on taking this series away from DaHanG. Still has to close it out here. DaHanG right from above. Lots of damage. Big damage. No! DaHanG throws himself off the map!
Oh, thanks for coming, DaHanG. And psygib, with a chuckle and a chew, jumps his way across the map towards the Mega.
Moment of silence. Himself off the map, now down 4, but he should be able to close it on this one, and does get a frag and clean at that with a heavy.
Big frag.
Good to see the comeback, Dan. 2:30 left, 3 frags.
This could be the
Spit.
turning point.
It has to be here. Big rockets here. Pushing psygib all the way back. The reads are there, but the execution just a little off for DaHanG.
It's also about delaying at this point in the map now. Time is obviously another asset in his corner for psygib, so how much damage can he do to control the tempo of DaHanG, because he's got a big opportunity here, big pickups. A nice opening rail as well, so psygib just needs to keep these defensive positions strong. We've seen they've been working throughout the map. Nice rail by DaHanG, he's connecting at last. Free pickup and a free frag. Huge comeback potential.
Big rails from DaHanG now. He's starting to heat up. Starting to hit every shot that he needs to claw his way back into this one. Psygib needs to be careful not to get caught out here above the jump pad. Gets knocked down, gets knocked around, and DaHanG takes that one frag away now, Dan.
Yeah, the pressure's on for psygib. You can see him there not being clean with his execution, hitting 0 damage on the way up. He's only got a nail gun, now got a rocket. Long time before the Mega for DaHanG to patrol the area and set up for it. So how's psygib gonna get it out? And this one, big rocket's coming out. Spits there and it connects. psygib needs to restack. It's railable. Minute to go, and DaHanG's got both items on lockdown. Finally, for the first time in this map.
Doesn't have any rockets though, needs to be careful going up this jump pad, but he wisely decides to go get the light instead, as he does have a minute. Now he has rockets, now he has the catch out as well. Big rocket, both players hit gigantic rockets. psygib gets melted around the corner, caught out, and DaHanG right back in this with full map control.
Yeah, but this time he's had a lot of damage in return, so he's quite weak and very wary of the push from psygib. If he can get this frag, he has to back off. Heavy machine gun comes out, DaHanG is weak. If he gets a rail, he gets a frag! And the Mega's up for him to restack.
And even then gets an exit rail, and now positioning perfectly, has the lead, 20 seconds. He doesn't have to make a play. All the pressure is on psygib to turn into psygod in this very moment. There's the play, can't land the first bug shot, a little bit of LG, but nothing is connecting. DaHanG is out of there, and now the spit damage will track him through the wall as well, but this is gonna be it, the final battle, and he can't do it. DaHanG will take it.
Oh my gosh.
You win.
A roller coaster of emotions for everybody involved, as DaHanG comes back, claws his way back into that one with those big old talons on Exile to take the series 2-1 over psygib. I don't say this often, but Twitch chat molding over those predicting the under. Everyone was so excited, and now they're crying.
Yeah, we're very close to a massive points crisis in the community for a few seconds, but DaHanG restored the balance somehow. It was chaos, he was throwing his body at the wall, and eventually it paid off. I think psygib will feel a little bit haunted by some of his decisions there. It was definitely his match to lose, and somehow he did indeed lose it. But again, credit for DaHanG, this is the way he works. He just wants to get that control, and when he's got it, it's an iron fist. He is relentless with his timing, he got all the items, and psygib didn't do enough to stop that. He thought his lead was enough as he knocks himself off, but it just wasn't.
What's that gamer gum, though? I need to know. I'm going to ask psygib later, but very, very close set. We take a look at the stats from Exile. As much as psygib, I feel like could have won and maybe even should have won, I don't think he should be too upset at the performance. Again, losing is never a good feeling, but going up against DaHanG week 1 after taking a break and being able to put on that display, it's something to be proud of. That's something to take away and obviously review the game, but you got to feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, particularly how well DaHanG played, particularly on map 1, to get back into the series after that level of beatdown. Really well played by psygib. Nothing impacts him, and as you said, went toe to toe. DaHanG had more items, but even on the damage, another day that could have been a 2-1 psygib, which no one would have expected.
Yeah, and DaHanG coming out, showing everyone, you know, I could play from behind, I could stay in the pocket, I could hit all my shots, and I could play a little bit crazy if I need to sometimes, as we saw map 3 whiling out on both sides. But that's done. It's in the past now, Dan, and now we're going to look to the future here. We're going to take a quick break, and after that, we got a little thing called Rafa versus Dramas coming right up. So don't go anywhere. A lot more Quake coming at you. We'll be right back.